Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, my hard mode playthrough in Big Salmon Peak in the Ford F750 at the minute, and I'm just moving the equipment trailer in the direction of the gateway because that's where it needs to go. And I haven't got a massive plan for what I want to do in this episode, which is probably a good thing because my plans fairly heavily planned out last two episodes and none of the plans survived more than 5 minutes of play. So this time I'm going to wing it, including, as you can see, not remembering that I've left the Pacific slap bang in the middle of the way. So, and there's a little bit of sort of tidying up at the start of this episode. I've got a thing I want to do, but we'll just make a start by moving some things around. I think the Pacific is going to end up going back to the garage to be outfitted for logs, and in the process we'll take this second forklift that you can see there on a tow rope. So for now I'll just move it out of the way so that I can get on with the Ford. And then maybe in this episode genius. It grips really well in snow and mud, but doesn't grip at all on ice. So I'm hoping that forward will work better. Yeah, that's better. I'm looking forward to doing some logging in this. I do love this truck. But for now I'm just going to put it there next to the forklift, and at some point those two will go back to the garage together. Ford's probably too far away. Yeah, it is. Get into it by the map. So I'm going to fill up with fuel out of this one, including my roof rack. Refuel, and that's me full. And then move on to the garage, to the gateway area, which is pretty much the garage area. There's not a lot of difference between the two. I will take it to the gateway actually, because that's more in the direction it needs to go. Although I'm not going to take this trailer up into the hills where it has to be delivered, not with this truck anyway. I think I might just leave this trailer here then. So something bigger, this has to be delivered as part of the, which one is it? Yeah, it's this one. Tools for the warehouse. So this has to be delivered basically up this icy track and into that warehouse, and that'll give me access to some resources. But I don't want to do it in the Ford. I think the Ford will just struggle with a big trailer for that terrain. I will use something a bit more, something with a bit bigger wheels basically. But now the Ford is free to go and join the Tayga and do some fuel support in that bottom corner of the map. That was my thinking. And then I may as well fill up from this as well while I'm here. And I've only just filled up, but every litre counts. And then where I'm going to be going next is garage. Follow this road out the back of the garage to here. Across here. When I get to here, I might have a little look around, because I did notice that there's this piping problem. I was counting up on my profile page the tasks that I've currently unlocked, and this is, I think, the only task on this map that I haven't unlocked yet. So I'll grab that and then I'll know what that is. Although I suspect it's to do with the pipes because I couldn't find anything else for them. The pipes are on this round flatbed. But I'll come in and grab that so at least I'll know. And then I'll join the Tayga, run down the railway line, join the Tayga, and I'll act as a bit of a fuel bunker in that corner for the Tayga. Obviously I'm a fairly small fuel bunker in comparison, and really I think I need to think about bringing through maybe the Cat fuel bunker, or as has been said in comments, grabbing either the other Cat on the other map, the new Cat, and putting a fuel container on that, or something else. There's a Kodiak, and I hadn't realised until that comment, so thank you very much for the comment as always. I hadn't realised that I get another free Kodiak, and I think I've got a bunch of upgrades for the Kodiak that I didn't sell because I sold the Kodiak before I got the upgrades. Back when it might even have been the Kodiak that triggered somebody making a comment to me saying, "No, don't sell it until you've sold the upgrades for it." Well, you know, that's useful advice, but in this particular instance, lucky I didn't, because I'm going to get a second Kodiak and I might end up using it as a fuel bunker. I think it's a good idea. It's a little four-wheeler. I've already got a 1800 litre fuel add-on that I could put on it. It would be, I've got raised suspension, I've got the all-wheel drive, put some big snow chains on it. It's only a 4x4, but might be a handy little fuel bunker, because I don't really tend, apart from the Cat, I don't really need fuel bunkers to go deep off-road. Be wary of these things, the way they've deleted my suspension in previous episodes. Right, this is a bit rough. Where does this go then? I know that this truck wades well. I'm going to follow the Armco barrier because I assume that's the original road and there are some power poles. That's a neat screenshot. Excuse me a moment. Anyway, that's enough screenshot shenanigans. I would hope that underneath this water is just asphalt, and therefore this shouldn't be too bad a drive. Find this task. There it is. Some wooden framing in there to pick up as well. Engine off. Piping problem. I was expecting the delivery of some pipes for the water supply system, but the contractor sank the trailer with them in the woods. Yeah, okay. I need them now. You can either find the trailer or bring me new pipes. I'll pay you well. 5,700. Yeah, it's not bad money. And we may look at doing that with the Tayga while we're down in that area. I know that task I'd already tagged. I don't remember what it is, but I do know that I've already tagged it. Because I went through and I'm pretty sure that piping one is the only one that I've missed. There's about 6 that I've missed on flooded foothills. Going through the profile. This is about the right width to sit on these rails and drive properly. It'd be quite cool to have one of those rail cars, wouldn't it? The truck that drops down rail wheels, so it can either drive on the road or it can the sort of thing they use for maintenance. Drive on the road or pull onto the tracks, drop down some proper steel train wheels. That would be quite smart. Oh, I was just at the garage. I've been promising to go in and see if I can find a reinforced front bumper. Something that's Atlay proof. If such a thing even exists. Just thinking about it. That looks like a better line. Push that tree out of the way. Make a new gate. Perfect. I'm not going to the Tayga because I don't think it needs fuel that urgently. I wanted fuel in this corner before I ran out for a change rather than having to call it a rescue. And then there's the Tayga. So the other thing I was thinking since the last episode is that this crates in the wood task I have to pick up 4 more lots of crates within this search area. And the last one, I went with the Tayga on its own, picked it up and dangled it off the crane and dragged it back. I might as well just do that for the remaining 4. Leave this trailer here and pick it up when I want to leave the area. But rather than worrying about bringing the grad in, I'm here with the Tayga. I might as well do that. Just drive around the swamp with the Tayga without a trailer and pick them all up. Because even taking that trailer in there, like I could drive that trailer in here, no problem. Could I turn it around to bring it out? Probably not. Do I feel like reversing it all the way out? Probably not. They're pretty flooded. Just drive it out like that, basically. Worked alright for the last one. Oh, damned idiot. Wrong button. I haven't got to take it far, but even so, I don't think it will stay on the top of my 5th wheel. Kind of a lazy way to do it, but not as fun as my other idea of bringing the Action in for it. But that's a bit of an extravagant deployment, isn't it? Bringing an Action in just to do these single slot deliveries. No cargo to unload. It's just going to be a pain. You know what? I've never actually done this. What if I manually put it in the unload area? Does that count? Cargo, no cargo to unload. Does that mean I need to put it on a trailer in order to be able to deliver it? Because if that's true, that's a little bit disappointing. It's in the trailer, that'll do for now. Something weird about when you're exiting the crane and it goes into that other menu. That was a little bit more of a nuisance than it ought to have been. I had the cargo in the unload area, it should have just accepted it. Fine, let me just look at what else is in here. I mean, there is a wooden frame, so if I went in and got the wooden frame, at least I'm not wasting my journey in there with a trailer. If I took the trailer in, let's just take the trailer and go in the direction of what looks like these two, and for my own sense of direction, that's the path that I took up to the wooden frame last time. So they're in a different direction to that path. Alright, let's go and see if I can get these. I mean, there's plenty of trees to pull myself around, and this is a good wading vehicle-ish. But it isn't the sort of trailer you would normally bring into this terrain at all. Now, I know what people would say if I tried this. Oh, I just thought of it. I literally, I wish I thought of this before, because I would have tried it regardless of what people said. If I came in here with the Ford, and it's one slot cargo bed plus the crane, I'll pick these up even easier than the Action. But no. So there's a wooden frame here. I might as well. That's made me feel a bit better about coming in with this trailer, because I'll be leaving with 4 slots of cargo, not just the bare minimum 2. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's all right. That means I'm not wasting my time coming in here. I'll turn this corner if I can. I want to try that off that tree. I mean, why would you build a house in here? Just why? Explain yourself, please, mate. Not pretty about it. Then here, I think I will detach and go and get these 2 one at a time. They look relatively close. Got a map marker where my trailer is. And the other one is just there. But let's just see if this is a better route back to the trailer. Nah. That's just going deeper and deeper. That's not the route you're looking for. Trouble is, you can't use your winch when you've got something suspended on your crane, which is a bit funny really, because it wouldn't be the same rope. It's not the same winch line. The crane would have its own line on a drum that's different to the line that's on the winch. I guess it's more of a game physics and game control setting or restriction. Rotate it around, drop it in the trailer. Getting a little bit low on fuel. Should have enough to go and get that other one, which is back in where I've just come out of. I'm feeling the need to have a cat fuel bunker, so that wherever I'm operating, I've just got a big old fuel tank that can go anywhere and pull me out if I get stuck. Feels like this type of terrain is built for it. I'm also feeling the need to have mud tires on my recovery vehicle rather than chains. So I think by the time I come to do this type of running around and picking up cargo properly, I'll probably have the boron grad with some muds and some kind of a off-road fuel bunker that can come with me. This is going to be the 4th out of 5, so let's get these 2 packed. I'll be able to see roughly where the other one is. See if we've got enough fuel to get that before going back to Frank's house. Fuel tank's now just gone to starting to show red. Right, let's get it attached, get it packed, and get out of here. There we go. So now there's one left, and showing it as in the direction of going home. That's pretty good. We're going to come out here, and then we're going to see which direction it looks. And my fuel is down to 55 litres, so probably I'll need the Ford to come in and give me a sip of fuel. Let's see if I can find a path to that last pickup though. It is quite fun weaving through the trees with this big trailer on. It feels a little bit absurd to be in terrain like this with this big trailer. But at the same time, I'm enjoying the challenge of it. And the Tayga, well, Tayga would be better off with the MHS3 tyres on for this job. But other than that, it's doing a good job. Once these 5 are delivered, my next activity is going to be trying to get that red trailer out. Bit of a precarious place to do any crane action. But once it's packed, it'll be fine. They're very light cargo, even though they're waterlogged. Just try and move forward enough to get level. Unpack, repack, stop the engine. I'm going to get the Ford. So I've now got all of the parts needed for Frank's house, and I'm very close to Frank's house. But I'm also very close to the Ford. Let's take the Ford in. Through the unofficial back gate. Chuck some fuel in the Tayga. I knew I would need to do this. It's why the Ford was brought down to this map before we started doing the Tayga work. Bit of a bad angle to get over. Yeah, I can claim that was planned now, can't I? Refuel. I may as well put the entire roof rack. And then I've got 50 in the utility, plus nearly 100 in the main tank. That's fine. I won't put that all in the Tayga because I like to have a bit of reserve. I'll leave the Ford there for now. Jump back into the Tayga, get this delivery done. Right, I'm sorry, Frank. I'm going to say it. What you don't need is spare parts delivering to this location. What you do need is evacuation to an area that's not quite so smelly and muddy. You got the wrong game plan, mate. 1, 2, 3. Done. 7 grand. So we're now up to 115,000 bank balance, which is pretty good. Back her up a bit. I don't like that radio. It's a noise. It's just distracting as much as anything else. I'm not going to go up right now and grab the wooden planks that are up on the hill because I just think it's making the job harder on myself than it needs to be. So I'm going to pull this up to the yard. I don't know where I need these wooden planks just yet. But they're out of the swamp, and that's what matters for a minute. What's that little run there? So what I want to do now, what I'd like to do now, is go in and get this trailer. Quite a way off the beaten path again, isn't it? So let's just jump back into the ford and get that. Don't want to leave any vehicle in the swamp, because I don't want to end up having to fuel rescue my fuel rescue vehicle. That makes sense. Spider-Man branches. Trying to do is pretty much that back to there, and then forward to turn. That's the maneuver I was trying to do. So I think I will now. Probably should have just done it earlier. From my utility, start getting the Tayga. So the Tayga's got 2/3 of a tank. Go forward. And get into the yard. So I'm safe. Park out there for a minute. And look at the map. Where is this? What's my best way of getting in? Then maybe bring the Tayga up to the yard as well. And then send a Tayga in without a trailer to try and get this this 4-slot trailer out. There is sometimes a case when you're dragging something out of deep swamp to take one of these blue trailers with you, because it's effectively what, I don't know, how long's the trailer? 50 feet. It's a pretty big extension to your tow rope if you think about it that way. So if you're struggling to get something out of deep swamp, take this trailer, keep your Tayga wheels on dry ground, and use the trailer as an extension to your tow rope. But I don't think I need that for this. In here. I'm going to try. There is a delivery point here. I think this is Rachel's house for the consumables delivery. So obviously it's unfortunate that I don't have consumables on me. But that's pretty much a straight line, as straight as I can make it, to the 4-slot trailer. And my state of repair is okay? Yeah, nothing too bad. Camera jank. I'm still I was just about to say I'm still loving this map, but it's my fault. I drove off a mud bank on the only bit of that mud bank that had a rock underneath it. and just put a big hole in my sump, but I've still got plenty of engine points left. Can't see the trailer yet, so I'm just being cautious that when I approach it, I try and get the right line on it, but it's not this lake, it must be the next one. Yeah. So last time I was trying to tow this out backwards, basically, with the Ford, and it wasn't going well. But this is a bigger vehicle with a stronger winch, and hopefully that'll make the difference. It's not the trailer. None of these are the trailer. Okay, fine. I'm just winching a little tree stumps at the moment. Oh, it is the trailer. Trailer's tipping over. That's my cargo gone. Just made that harder for myself, haven't I? And then I tried the submarine, the Tayga. Tipped the bloody trailer over. The snorkel's on the wrong side of the truck for this type of maneuver. You see the snorkel's on the passenger side. I've got to get to where I can crane it now. Oh. Maybe I'll be better off just going behind it. Maybe I accidentally had the right strategy in the first place with the Ford. I mean, technically I don't need these pipes, but I don't see the point in crafting more. But he says in the mission description, you can either bring the pipes that are on the trailer or buy some, or find some more. I don't see any point in trying to find some more. If there are two here, all I've got to do is get them out of the lake. Or pond, puddle. Right, you. Stop messing about and get out here. And then, let's see about getting your cargo back on. I have to go around this way because it won't swing 360. It's not really my favourite type of trailer anyway, because cargo does fall off them quite easily. But that was still definitely my fault that it fell off when it did then. It's that one. Drag them back a bit, get myself in a better position to load the other one up. This was the real world. Quite a lot of my videos would feature on Aussie Man Reviews, Destination F, I think. But I get out of it. Might not be pretty, but it's fun. Right, so that's 2 pipes back on the trailer. Restore the crane. Now I've got to try and get on the front of this trailer. And attach it without drowning myself and without shaking the cargo off. And then I've got to try and pack it. Right, so they're on and repacked. Now I've got to get out. But at least I can use the winch now. So I want a winch off that big old tree there, because that'll take me in the right direction. And more or less I'm going in the direction, while I'm following tire tracks, I'm quite comfortable. I'm going in the direction of that construction symbol anyway, because that's where my other trailer is. So just a double check of the map. Yeah, I think through here. I've also got an upgrade. Is that one of the collabs? The piping problem is the one I'm currently looking at doing, so probably a case of follow the railway line. But I'm stuck on something. I'm stuck on a tree. Or rather, my trailer is stuck on a tree. Fuel's not looking great either. Oh, come on. I'm stuck on the end of a really small tree in the swamp. That's it. That's loosened it up. Do I want to go up around there? Or just try and rejoin the railway line? Yeah, I think I do want to go up around there. If nothing else, because I'm going to have to bring more fuel down. And that is, I think, the challenge with not having something like a big cat fuel bunker. I think the amount of fuel that I can have in the Ford just isn't enough for some of these remote things in the corner of the map. Because if I take any more fuel out of the Ford, I'll be in danger of it not making it home itself. Push that forward a little bit. Refuel. I'm going to drain the Ford dry because I've got to come down in this corner for some fuel. And I'm going to leave the Ford and the blue trailer, and I'm going to try and get this delivery done because I'd like to achieve that in this episode, and then I will do. I've got loads of fuel. I'm not worried about the amount of fuel at the moment that I've got. I'm a little bit worried about the mobility of that fuel to get to where I need it. And as has been said in comments, I've got a couple of options there that are pretty good. So I think I'm just going to race down the railway line with the Tayga. And assume that in the next episode I will start with some kind of a fuel bunker that lets me go down and get the Ford, get the blue trailer and crack on with deliveries. But at the moment, yeah, I just went in with a full Ford and I've ended with not enough to get both vehicles out of what I was doing. But achieving a delivery of these pipes will be something that makes me feel good. Engine off. Cargo mode. 1, 2. $5,700. 120 grand in the bank now. Now I'll have water in my house. Thank you. I'm not going to lie, mate. I think you've already got water in your house. Might not be the type that comes out of a tap, but I'm pretty sure you got water in your house anyway. Right, okay, so. Little bit scrappy, but made some progress. Got 2 tasks finished because we got all of the parts delivered to Frank's house and we got those pipes out, and we've gained this trailer for good or ill. I've got to do a little bit of a fuel rescue, but it's not too bad from here to get back down that railway track to where they are. And I need to be down there with some fuel to get the Scout up to grab that upgrade that's in that corner, because I think that's a Kolob suspension related thing. But that's the next episode. I'm going to leave this episode here. I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll get ready for what I want to do in the next one. But in the meantime, thanks and goodbye.